Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ayana and this video is going to be my January 2026 reviews of my January reads, and I read 5 books this month and we're going to get right to it because I'm excited to finally do something like this. So we're going to do our first book first. The first book I read was from a book club I'm in. The story is Accidentally Wedded to a Werewolf by Isabelle Taylor, and I'm going to give my review. This is the format: my review, my rating, and then the rating on Goodreads, some extra stuff, and a review that aligns either with the average rating or my rating. So let's do the first one, which is Accidentally Wedded to a Werewolf by Isabelle Taylor. As I said, my rating for this book was a 3.75. Here is my review. This was a fun read. It was missing something. I don't know what it was missing, but it was missing something. But it was still enjoyable. I'm in the minority when saying Luna wasn't annoying to me or necessarily spoiled. I did expect her to go back to her ex, but what saved the book from being a 3.25 star read is the epilogue. Over here, Luna and Oliver gets married, and it was so close to 4 stars. I wanted to do 4 stars, but after thinking about the story, I ultimately gave it a 3.75. So that's my rating for the book. Now let's head to Goodreads. On Goodreads, the average rating was 3.5 with 1,147 ratings and 713 reviews. 116 people are currently reading it, and 26,495 people want to read it. This rating, average rating, did align with me. So here is a review. I'm keeping the identity of the reviewer safe because we don't know if they want their name to be mentioned or not. And these are most likely going to be nice reviews. So here is this person's review. This was a cute romance. I found Oliver cute and funny and gotta love a werewolf romance. I found Luna a little stuck up. I think I would have liked this romance more if she was single and not a fiance. This was a cute romance. I found Oliver cute and funny and gotta love a werewolf romance. I found Luna a little stuck up. I think I would have liked this romance more if she was single and not a fiance. 3 stars. Now let's go to the second book. My second read was finally finishing Funny Story by Emily Henry. I gave the book 5 stars. Here is my review. I had to reread this book, and wow, it's even better than I thought before. Miles, the poor guy, he went through so much but still remained as good as he could. Daphne had to make changes, but she was always a great character to me. The chemistry was off the chart. Emily Henry was not playing when she wrote this book. 5 stars. I had the 5-star feeling once I got to 58% of the book, and as it continued on, it got better and better. I love that the way the book began also ended in the same way, Daphne telling the love story of her and Miles. And I also did shed some tears. The average rating on Goodreads was 4.19 with 1,283,763 ratings and 160,778 reviews. 43,588 people are currently reading the book. Here is a review that did not align with my rating. Funny Story, 4.5 stars. Emily Henry, I love you so much. She's such a good writer. There was so much I loved about this book. I don't even know where to begin with writing a review. So here are 10 reasons why you should read this book. 1. Miles' messy hair and tattoos. 2. The fact that Daphne is a librarian. 3. It takes place in summer by the beach. The folks' proximity, I cannot speak. Proximity of roommates who just got their heart broken. 5. Fake dating. 6. A fun relationship. 7. So much step outside of just the romance. 8. This quote. And I know I'm not one who you pictured yourself with, but I think I could be eventually if you let me, so don't go. Number 9, drama with their exes. And 10, 2 people who had to find love and love themselves before they could love each other. I love that review. But now let's head on to the third book. My third read is from my January TBR jar. The prompt was have a friend pick from 3 books of my choosing, and my friend picked When Grumpy Met Sunshine by Charlotte Stein. I gave the book 4.5 stars. Here's my review. This book hooked me from the start. The representation in the book is amazing. The way Alfie and Mabel expressed their love for each other was the loveliest love words, sentences, phrases I've ever heard. Originally, I was going to give it a 3.75 stars because of one thing I wasn't a fan of, but from chapter 12 and towards it really made me go to 4 stars. I love the banter between the main characters, and it's not a book I've read before. Now let's go for the what's it called? Let's go for the Goodreads. On Goodreads, this has an average rating of 3.37 stars with 11,558 ratings, 3,084 reviews. 962 people are currently reading it, and 4,033 people want to read the book. So this review did align with me, the average rating, but now let's look at a review. I enjoyed this so much. I love that the main character was plus size. She seemed more real and raw, insecurities and all. The male character is supposed to be the grumpy one, but I think he's just misunderstood. The female main character had more pushback and grumpy moments than he had. I loved how this was a fake relationship trope. It's beautifully played out. Some bits seem to slow roll by, but keep pushing through it. It's a worthy read. I received this arc from NetGalley to read and review. All the statements above are my true opinions after fully reading the book. That's a great review. So now let's go with the 4th review of my January picks. My 4th read was Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. For my TBR jar prompt of January, it's a book that is blue or yellow, and I chose The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. My rating is 5 stars. Here is the review. I love the emo style of reading of this book, and then how at the end, it turned into a regular reading pages. It was super fast paced. Christina Lauren, they both are fantastic at writing. Even though it was short, it was such a fun time, and that's why it gets 5 stars from me. I think all the books so far are 5 stars, and I cannot wait. Now let's go to the Goodreads rating. The average rating is 4.20 stars, 179,926 ratings, 22,887 reviews, 14,094 people are currently reading. And this average rating did not align with my rating, but I'm going to do a review that does align, which would be in the 4-star range. So let's look at that review. Holy soup dumplings. This was so cute. This 100-page novella had me so engrossed I never wanted it to end. I desperately needed something light and short to get me out of a slump, and Christina Lauren delivered. T and C were adorable leads. Their 10-year exchange ranged from cute anecdote to hilarious drunken word vomit to surprisingly deep conversation. I honestly loved the emo format as the short snippets kept my eyes from straying. Also, I didn't know high schoolers had given email addresses nowadays, but now here I am wishing I could have had a similar HEA email by mistake like Tara, LOL. Pen pals would never not be cute to me. So that was that review. And so now we're going for our last read, which is nothing like the movies. I think my favorite read out of this whole month with a rating of 3.98, which I do not agree with. Mine's is 5 stars. But before I get into more of the stuff on Goodreads, let's do my review. My first Lynn Painter book was better than the movies. I love a great YA book. This is the book that got me into reading, so thank you, Lynn. I read the sequel finally, and it did not disappoint. I tagged my physical copy of the book so much I've never seen blue, purple, yellow, green in my life. Blue was for anything Liz said that was great. Purple was for Wes. Green was something that they both said and did together, and yellow was stuff that made me cry or would be stuck with me forever. That's how much I love this book, and it was an easy 5-star read like I knew it would be. Liz and Wes have my heart, and if there was a movie, Joshua Bassett has to play Wes, or else I'll riot. This book made me angry, sad, happy, too happy and excited. I would never get over this book. Here are my favorite 2 quotes, one by Liz and one by Wes. Quote number 1. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. They aren't my words. I don't even know what song or album they're from. For God's sake, but it's exactly how I feel. And you taught me a secret language you know I can't speak with anyone else. Like, I can't remember who wrote that, but I feel it down to the marrow in my bones by Wes. When I read this, it was a Taylor Swift song from Folklore, Illicit Affairs, and then Liz mentions it afterwards. It's a good quote. But now here's my favorite Liz quote. I promise, if we were in a movie, the first notes of the closing song would be starting this very minute. One and Only by Adele. It was so perfect for this scene. the two main characters finally coming together in the ER room number 8. That song was made for this moment. You'll never know if you never try to forget your past and simply be mine. And that was a quote by Liz. This book has my heart forever, but let's get into the Goodreads review, which was a 3.98 again, which I don't align with. It has 209,243 ratings and 33,722 reviews. 13,690 people are currently reading. And here is a review that aligns with me. I've never felt so single my entire life. Not a single boring moment in this book, and even better than the last one. Dare I say, OMG, love this book. The love in this book is what I mean when I say love in books. My face hurts from smiling. Writing was humorous, fast, gripping, characters top-notch. All the side characters, the friendship portal, I think they meant to say portrayal. Maybe I'm reading it wrong because it looked like they typed this really fast. They also say, I want all of them as my BFFs. Wes Bennett, the dual POV was the best thing to happen. He's unreal. Why isn't he real? And also, Liz is so changed, but still the same in her roots. My girl has grown up. Also, all of the movie references and movie dialogues in chapters starting added a lot of enjoyment. It feels like the author herself is very interested in music and films. And I think this review was 5 stars if I'm remembering correctly. But that is the end of my reviews of all the books I read. So let's review the books again that I read. The first book, Accidentally Wedded to a Werewolf by Isabelle Taylor. Number 2, Funny Story by Emily Henry. Number 3, When Grumpy Met Sunshine by Charlotte Stein. 4, The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. And 5, Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. Here is my stats for January. I had 1 book in the 3-star range, 1 in the 4-star range, and 3 in the 5-star range. My average rating is a 4.65 stars. In audiobook form, alongside reading physically or ebook, audio was a total of 8 hours. I reread 1 book. I read 1,146 pages. The shortest book I read was The Exception to the Rule, and the longest was Funny Story. So see you after the weekend for my February TBR video. Thank you for coming to this and watching. So usually I always do Song of the Day. Today's Song of the Day is going to be Havana by Camila Cabello. I'm going to link the music video and one of my favorite performances down below. Thank you all for joining. See you next time. Bye!